What's happening, Hoodlum gang? Welcome back to my channel. This your boy Hoodie from the Hood, aka your friend from that big old N. And before we get started, I'm gonna need you to do me a small favor. Go ahead and hit that like if you like the content. Go ahead and hit that subscribe if you want to become a part of the Hoodlum gang. And go on over to IG and follow me at Hoodie from the Hood. That's Hoodie from the Hood, not the Hood. Also, shout out to the content cartel, man. Y'all keep doing y'all thing. Them's my partners right there. And we all doing this YouTube thing. We out here in these YouTube streets together, putting out dope content every single day for y'all. Now, before I get started into the topic at hand, I just want to touch on this Charleston White, aka Charleston White, thing for a quick second. Didn't want to make a whole video about it. Y'all already know how I feel about that dude. Y'all make enough videos about him. But pretty much, I mean, it is what it is with that dude. That's the type of person he is. He keep on showing y'all that over and over again. Y'all keep on egging him on, cheering him on, giving him a platform. The dude is trash, homie. You know what I'm saying? For you to wish that on the Asian community or any community, homie, if you don't rock with them, that's cool, homie. That's cool. That's your prerogative, homie. It's a lot of people who don't rock with us. But to sit up there and say that they women and their children should be taken advantage of and fed to animals and all this stuff that he's saying, I know y'all gonna say he's in character, but I mean, if your homie came over to your house and said something like that, if your homie just came over and made a comment about your little sister or your daughter or something like that, you wouldn't find that funny. You'll probably fire his shit up and kick him out and not rock with him no more. You wouldn't be like, oh, the homie was just joking. But for some reason, this dude gets to get away with that type of stuff over and over again. And he gets to not take accountability for his actions by saying, I'm playing the character, and y'all keep going for that. But, you know, I feel like people who gravitate towards him is people just like him. These are the people who wish they can run their mouth without zero consequences. But in the real life, you will get hurt, and it's only a matter of time. But as far as saying stuff like that, homie, and y'all just gonna keep rocking with this dude, y'all weird, homie. He weird. Yeah. Like I said, I wasn't going to make a whole video about that. I just wanted to touch on that. That dude's out of line and he's foul, homie. And before y'all come in my comments and be like, why do y'all care what he say? Come on, homie. Y'all just covering up for his BS. And that's how you really feel on the inside, homie. You can't just say what you want without no repercussions, homie. I know we got freedom of speech, but we also have the right to bear arms. And when it happens, anyways, let's move on. Now, yesterday, Adam22 and AD had a situation that played out online. Now, apparently it started over Adam being Adam. Adam doing what he does. Thinking about himself, not caring about nobody else, and being a narcissist and a controlling person that he is. This is how it played out. Now, I guess it started over Adam speaking out about the white supremacist dude who got interviewed. I guess he had a problem with that. Like, I wasn't feeling that. Plus, you should have had a black person there that could have got on his helmet. Instead of it just looking like y'all two just, I don't know, bonding over something. He didn't say that part. That's what I'm saying. So, basically, AD said something about it. And then he said not too long after that, Adam was telling Lush, which is another No Jumper employee, that he was thinking of getting rid of AD for the Tuesday show. Now, AD did acknowledge that him and Adam had this conversation before in the past, where he was just telling him certain things that he could do to, you know, be more involved in the show or whatever the case is. But anybody with half a brain knows that this came from not only AD calling out Adam about the neo-Nazi dude, but also because AD has been doing his own thing with the community, which is actually doing a lot of good numbers. So you telling Lush about this, and Lush goes and runs his mouth, and it gets back to AD. So AD's like, man, the friendship that we had with each other, I felt like you could have came to me. Just everything about Adam says like a person who doesn't care, doesn't value friendships, doesn't take anybody else's feelings or thoughts into consideration when he's making his decisions. Like just the way he comes off when he calls in, because I was in there last night when AD was live, him and Pun, and Poetic Flacco was there too. And the first thing he does is, oh, I just got done scarfing down the steak, and I couldn't even let my food digest. Like basically like it's bothering me so much that I had to just hurry up and call in. Like, bro, stop it. This dude is very manipulative, homie. So that's why he said he called in, and then he did the same thing he did to House Phone. He's like, oh, I just don't understand why you're saying this. Like, this is what I learned a long time ago, homie. You can't expect you out of other people, which is pretty fucked up, because they tell you to treat people how you want to be treated. But you still can't expect you out of other people, because you would do something or you wouldn't do something don't mean the next person won't. Especially a grown person. You could tell a younger person and try to mold them because maybe this stuff wasn't installed in them, and that's a failure to their parents, homie. Their parents are a failure when they raise a grown-ass piece of shit. So you can try to tell someone, but if they genuinely don't see anything wrong with their actions, then you might as well be talking to a brick wall. And that's the case with this dude. He genuinely doesn't get it. And you could tell he was one of them kids that talked back to his parents, because he always got something to say. Every time somebody say something to him, he always got a comeback. Even when he don't got a comeback. Because when I think Pun asked him, so you gonna get rid of your mans and you gonna stay with the snake? And he was basically like, oh yeah, I mean, you got me right there. Like he had no comeback, but he still had to say something. That's the type of dude that you dealing with, someone who thinks he knows it all. I remember when I was young and I thought I knew it all, and I used to always say something back, and my mom used to be like, shut the fuck up. You don't always got to say something back. Just listen to what I'm telling you. And that's what he wasn't told when he was young. He never been popped in his mouth for interrupting grown folks talking. And you can tell, it clearly shows. As I got older, I became not even really older, like as a teenager. 12, 13, 14, like everybody always thought I was older because I carried myself older. That was just because I was just trying to soak up game. I was trying to learn. This is why when I've been places, people thought, whether it was my first time in the pen or not, people thought like, oh, he been here before, because the way I conducted myself. It's people who will swear up and down that I've been on a level 4 or I've been in the shoe or something because of the way I carry myself. Because I listen, homie. I don't just hear you talking, I listen, which means I take it in and I apply these types of things to the way that I carry myself throughout my day-to-day basis or my life in general. I start to incorporate these things in my everyday life. But people like that just feel like they got the answers to everything. As soon as you say something, they got to come back. So he doesn't understand why AD is telling him I felt hurt. He's looking at it like it's straight business. He's like, well, I was telling Lush, another employee. He's like, but who is Lush? No disrespect to him, but he's like, who is he? Me and you? Listen, people didn't even really watch No Jumper, as far as the black and possibly the brown community as well. Didn't even watch No Jumper until AD got there. That's what brought the urban core. I used to see Adam show pop up all the time, and I would never click on it. Every blue moon I may have watched it, I never clicked on it. But when AD and T-Rail and Sharp and all these people start coming in, that's when it became more popping. I can't be the only one that see that. And like he's saying, man, I done been back to back to you in situations where people wanted to hurt you. I didn't put my life on the line for you, homie. Because AD comes from a different type of background to where that stuff matters. Your balls and your word and standing on principles and having your homies back. This dude don't care about that. He's all about business. So when he's saying I'm making a business decision because your performance hasn't been, okay, that's cool, but you could have told him that. You don't have to tell another nigga. He's like, man, me and you was tighter than what you and him is. I'm over here getting ready for your wedding. I'm making plans to help you on your wedding. And you over here telling another motherfucker who just got here about me. And I've been here for years. Me and you should be better than that. And then look how he contradicted himself. Because he said, when AD kept saying, you supposed to be my friend or whatever. And he's like, what did he say? Oh, he said, this is a business decision. I don't know why you keep, it has nothing to do with any weird friendship thing or something like that. He called it weird. But the first thing he told AD when he was making his decision is, in order for us to remain friends, I think it will be best that you not do the Tuesday show anymore. So it's convenient for him to throw the friendship around. But when AD is telling him why that is detrimental to their friendship, what you just did, you don't want to hear it. It was all about business. It was a business move. And he's right. In the business world, in order to be successful, a lot of these businessmen, especially successful white businessmen, just being honest, you got to do snake, grimy, slimy shit like that. The move wasn't necessarily that bad. It was just more so how you went about it. And we know why you're really doing it, because he called you out on the neo-Nazi thing, and because he's doing his lives and all that, and he's being successful over there. See, you want to dictate what goes on with other people's shows. We should have known that. I already spoke on the situation with him and T-Rail. You're going to tell T-Rail what he should do at his show, because you don't get along with somebody that he brought on his show. You know how many of us don't like the neo-Nazi shit that you just did, but you did that anyways. T-Rail had a point in what he was saying about C-Mac, because he works there. And you bringing somebody where I work, we supposed to be friends, I'm your employee, you keep bringing him here, he's disrespecting me. Adam, you don't work on back on Fig. But he didn't understand that. It was to him, it was black and white. It was, hey, you told me about somebody on my show, I'm telling you about somebody on your show, even though the circumstances was different. That's the type of nigga you dealing with. He's a tit for tat dude. Okay, I'll do this. It's passive aggressive. Okay, I'll do this, but I'm awaiting the cut. And I'm watching you so I can do something and tell you about what I don't like. That's gonna make you uncomfortable because you made me uncomfortable. But like motherfuckers was saying, like, the whole thing with C-Mac was, yeah, you bringing him up there, you fuck with him, but what was the purpose of you bringing him over and over again to disrespect one of your employees? Just his presence is disrespectful to one of your employees. And then the stuff that he's saying on top of that. But he don't get that. You threw house phone under the bus. I did a video about that. Man, y'all gonna learn with this dude, man. I don't have no particular problem with him. I just see little funny shit. Like, I would never try to get close to that dude. I would never try to be his fucking best friend and plan for his wedding and all that shit. Because you see at the end of the day what it's about with him. But anyways, yeah, man, y'all let me know what y'all think about that situation. Also, let me know what y'all think about the stuff that Charleston White said about China Mac and the Asian community and the women and the babies and all that stuff. He's trying to incite stuff that he's not even going to be there to participate for. And that's my problem with a lot of these dudes when they get on here saying this type of stuff and stirring up stuff, and you're not even going to be on the front lines when shit go down. And I don't respect that. And I will continue to be anti that, because that is weirdo Custer shit. With that being said, I'm Hoodie from the Hood, aka your friend from that big O N. I'm out.